What up, though? Riding up 7 Mile on my way to that nigga VIC house. That nigga been avoiding me. He know I gotta do this shit. I see he played the game earlier. I done been to work. You understand? And I still ain't heard from this cat. You did? So me and my young homie Bree, we on a mission. Taking one down, hitting 7 Mile. Just had to fill up the tank, you understand? Get shit rocking. Get shit cracking. Smoking on some cherry punch. You dig? Take y'all for a ride, you know. We get off a little conversation, y'all can eavesdrop, goddamn me. I ain't talking about much. Just on the road, didn't feel like going straight home, and don't want to go straight home knowing I ain't got that knowledge I need to go ahead and crank that live up. So, you know, that's that. Gotta go over here. Get this intel. You dig? But yeah, what you think? What you think about marriage, bro?
Marriage?
Yeah. Like, what's your thoughts on it? Like, appropriate, inappropriate, necessary, unnecessary?
Honestly, I had to reevaluate, being a newfound atheist, I got to reevaluate a lot of what I believe.
You say newfound atheist?
Yeah,
You just made a decision?
Yeah,
like this the best case scenario for me right now?
Yeah, well, atheist is just a word to describe my mindset, So
it's a way, in a real short way of saying I don't believe in nothing.
Well, that's not the definition of atheism.
Right, it's belief in God.
It's gods or God. A lack of belief or disbelief.
Well, see, I don't believe in gods.
Right.
I know that there are gods, but I don't believe in them.
They say that like people like theists, like people who believe in God, like especially ones who believe in.
You say that's what theists mean?
Theism, yeah.
Theism, yeah, people that do believe in God.
People that believe in God, yeah.
Okay. Now, what you saying? They say
a lot of people who believe in God, and especially in particular a Pacific God, as you do.
Okay.
You're basically atheist. You hold an atheistic stance on all the gods but the one that you believe in.
Okay.
I'm just fun trivia.
No, but I'm saying that they do exist.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you know what?
So like all right. So you say there's other gods besides the God of Abraham.
The one true God. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Name one.
And many lords.
Just name one.
Buddha. Hell, the Baphomet. Lucifer. All the gods are one and the same. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The only God that stands alone is the one true God.
When you say exist, though, that they're real.
Yep.
So what gods don't exist?
Anything can be a god. You feel what I'm saying? We can draw a face, or we can draw an object on a garbage can and set it up on something, and we can.
Well, when I say exist, I mean really manifests itself in the natural world. Like you got God, like the God of Abraham, what you believe? You believe in divine intervention, right?
What you mean?
Divine intervention. That means that God interacts with the world. Like God, like say for instance, God want to give you a blessing.
Motherfucker speeding to a red light. These niggas crazy, man.
Yeah. I be too.
I mean, this motherfucker actually sped up to stop at the red light first.
Right.
These niggas crazy, bro.
Right.
Okay, so
no. When I say, you can be passing that one. But
where the police, man?
Oh, they'll be around when you do something.
Yeah, most definitely.
You want to see them do something.
Mm-hmm. When me hit a curve, goddamn, be wrong.
You look like you're drunk, boy. Step out the car, blah blah blah. But I'm saying, like, when I say he really exists, like you believe your God really exists, like he's living and he interacts with the natural world. Like, okay,
you say interact.
Okay. Do you believe that God
answer prayers?
Yeah, that's an interaction. Yeah,
that's an interaction.
Yeah, so I can name several ways he interacts. What I'm saying,
if that's one of them, I definitely go along with that one.
Okay, what I'm saying is
interact. Yeah,
the other guys that you say you believe in, do they interact with the natural world?
Yep.
Physically.
Yep.
So
Satan do answer prayer.
So what about like
and give gifts?
What about like the Muslim guy?
Yep.
See,
all those guys are one and the same, and that's why I like to have a conversation with the Muslim and with the people of other faiths, because the characteristics of all the other guys are the same. When you talk about vengeance, all of them are the same. All of them are the characteristics. But see, the difference between the God I worship is that he don't tell me, like when we talk about vengeance, he don't tell me to go exact it. He tell me to keep my head and let him do it. You feel what I'm saying? Where you got these other sects where their God is communicating to them, if you want to be with me, you go do this. You feel what I'm saying? You go kill these innocent people and, stuff like that. Oh, you good, bro? I'm trying to put stuff in a better place while I'm stuffing. That's good. Yeah, you good.
But didn't the God of Abraham command people to kill innocent people?
So? Oh, yeah.
So what's the difference in that and them?
The difference is when you God and you all knowing, you know what people is about. And those people, you know how Israel had rules, regulations on how to treat each other and stuff like that, even their slaves. See, the other nations didn't have those rules. You understand what I'm saying? The nations that was supposed to get slaughtered. Raping and all that shit it wasn't against the law. It was no law. It was dog eat dog. You feel what I'm saying? These was people that sacrificed their children on the regular. Not just, at a certain time, but on the regular. If they wanted certain type of riches and stuff like that, and they got, promised that for blood, they do that.
There's like, I don't know, it's thousands of gods that exist, right?
Perhaps, it could be. I'm pretty sure if it's billions of people, it's at least 1,000 gods.
How do you know the God you're believing in is the true God?
Because he say he is.
Somebody could believe in Allah based on the same thing you just said.
That's true.
So how do you know that you got the truth and don't know about, and how do you know you got the truth opposed to somebody else, given the fact that you're using pretty much the same methods on the way to that truth?
Well, you got to remember, Satan isn't a originator. He's a copycat. So anything he represent is going to be a copycat of something else, namely the Creator, whom he said he will replace. He will be better than. You understand what I'm saying? See, Satan's beef wasn't who's God and who ain't God. Satan's beef was, I'm better than God. And who am I to serve beings that's made out of mud when I'm much, much more higher and much, much more intelligent? Who am I to serve them? And I'm talking about us. So the only way Satan can hurt God is through hurting God creation, either by killing or by perverting God's creation. For instance, like the Nephilim. You ever heard of the Nephilim before?
Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
Okay. It wasn't just that they were hybrid people. You know, they weren't natural people.
Mm-hmm.
But it was what they did. What they did was destroy people for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? Just like, think of the worst case of bullying you can ever think of. And
let's just get a mutual understanding on the words we use.
Bullying?
No.
Okay. Hybrid. Nephilim. Okay.
From what I understand, they're the offspring of angel and human sex, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Proceed. I just want to make sure
angels materialize and have sexual relations with the daughters of men.
Right. I just want to make sure that we had, because I didn't, maybe you would have had a different meaning of the words. I just want to make sure we using the same words and same meaning for those words.
So the process was already perverted, right?
Right.
It was already a perverted process. It was like you hiring a nanny, or you hiring somebody to clean your house, you and your wife, and when your wife ain't around, you banging the one you had cleaning your house. It was like it was very immoral. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to happen like that. It wasn't made to happen. We wasn't made to do that. You know what I'm saying? So when these kids came out, their attitude was to dominate the weaker people, including the weakest among them. You know what I'm saying? They dominated each other. And they do the same thing now. They war with each other now. Demons. So when these people had free reign to roam the earth and do whatever they wanted to, that was what they did. That's what they choose to do. You know what I'm saying? Take the best women, the best looking women, best built women, however you can think about it, from mortal men. You feel what I'm saying? And then the mortal people start mixing seed with them. You feel what I'm saying? So this attitude, man, dog eat dog, man dominate man, was in all of them. You know what I'm saying? It was, he let some generations go past before he wiped them all out. You feel what I'm saying? Just to let them prove that his wisdom is exact. You know what I'm saying?
And how did he do that exactly?
By just letting them be them. By letting them exercise their free will. You feel what I'm saying? Just about not interfering in the affairs of man.
Until it was time to destroy him all.
Yeah, until it got too bad. Scriptures say man was thinking bad all the time. You feel what I'm saying? The thoughts of man was bad all the time. Just dominate the weak, you know.
And you say you believe in the Bible, and you believe that the Bible is the Word of God, the true Word of God. Absolutely. How do you know that? That the Bible is really from God. How do you know that?
Well, first of all, it's the oldest writings.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Is it really though?
Oh, positively.
How far back does the Bible
One time
go back?
One time existed.
And how?
Before time existed.
Before time existed.
Mm-hmm.
Like time.
Before
the way we measure time, or
time.
Like before man was. Before
time, just before time existed.
Before the words, before the time concept was existed. The word itself, or
like time only exists because we age.
Okay.
If we didn't age, time wouldn't exist.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
See, there was a time period where we didn't age. Man didn't age.
So you talking about like
the garden,
back in
Adam and Eve.
Okay. So
See,
all right.
They didn't age.
So
first.
You don't really agree with the scientists when they date the Earth back to.
I don't agree with scientists on nothing.
Nothing like that, right?
Anything. Nothing. I don't believe nothing they put out, because they put the truth out, but they put the lie inside the truth.
Okay, well,
so you just take what you can from them, take what you can, and just discard the rest.
Okay.
Because it ain't to be trusted. The information ain't to be trusted.
All right. So you date? Do you date the Earth back to a certain? Like how old do you think the Earth is, or do you even have a
The Earth always was.
Okay.
It wasn't always livable, but it always was.
Like how many years ago did Adam exist?
Like from here on back to where? What you mean?
Like, I'm trying to get a number on when you think the Bible was written. Like 5,000 years ago.
Oh, it was written. It was
years
penned
ago.
by Moses.
Yeah. So
it was penned by Moses.
Like how far back is that? Like.
So yeah, let's go. We talking about after Egypt.
After Egypt.
Yeah, like during Egypt was still ruling, if I'm not mistaken, when Moses wrote the scribes. When Moses wrote the first 5 books.
Egypt was existing then.
Yeah. It's a time. The timeline is in the scripture.
Yeah.
They give you an exact timeline.
They dated back to like 6,000 years ago.
Okay.
But a lot of scholars, a lot of historical and religious scholars, they wouldn't date the Bible back to ancient Kemet. They would date it after that. Is what I'm saying.
Ancient Kemet. What you mean?
Egypt, ancient Egypt.
Okay.
They wouldn't date the Bible
after that. They would date it before.
They wouldn't date it before it.
They would date it after.
They would date it after.
Okay. Well, see, the thing is that the events that occurred, Moses became privy to, like what happened with Joshua and how he saved Egypt, and the 12 tribes of Israel and all that stuff.
Right.
See, all this stuff, you know how our families was raised, how the oldest person in the family have all the information what happened beforehand, and they pass it down and they pass it down. See, Egypt was ran like that. Remember, Egypt were brothers, or should I say, not Egypt, Israel.
Right.
Was just a gang of brothers, and out of each of them's bloodline became the tribes. So you got, say, like the oldest in each bloodline will speak to their people, their tribe. And within that tribe, you may have, say, like the tribe is like 1 million strong, right? You may have 200 elders in that million. Or let's say, I say 1 million. You may have 2,000 elders in that million. And those 2,000 elders pass things along. Like tell people about this, that, and the other. So what happens is you got 12 different perspectives, right? Written in 12 different places, right? But all of them are lining up with each other. You see what I'm saying? That's what Moses had to go off of when he did the first, 5 books of the Bible. And then, Jehovah helped him fill in the blanks. Little details about stuff that, a lot of people wasn't privy to. And you got to remember, people was living over 100 years. So it was like an assurance of stuff that happened 100, 200 years before that was passed on too. You know what I'm saying? So until technology got to the point where we can scratch things and we can preserve them over time, back then they had people living 400-500 years, you know what I'm saying? To make sure certain things was recorded and was remembered and things like that, you know what I'm saying? So, like you at one time, I believe the hoorah about their books older than the Bible. You ain't gonna find them. You gonna find stuff that say it is, but you ain't gonna have no proof about it is. You ain't gonna have no proof whatsoever about it is. Ever. Like I said, this ain't something I bought off into like that. It took many years. Many years, man, to disprove, and I went at it not as a believer. I went at it as an unbeliever. You feel me? So that I wouldn't be rocked to sleep by nothing that I was told growing up and that I heard before. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear. I need some type of proof. I need something I can put my finger on.
And you say the biggest piece of evidence that you came across that gave you absolute confidence to believe it as truth was what now?
I never answered that question.
Oh, well, let me ask you.
Okay.
What piece of evidence evidence did you come across that gave you...
Shit, we might need 2 rides for that one. The biggest proof of evidence?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, credibility. Credibility play a huge part.
Right. Yeah.
First we got one of the first and number one reason. I said first and number one. One of the first reasons that stand out is it's the oldest thing written, right? They claim to be from the Most High. No, I'm saying you.
Okay.
That, but this for me.
Okay. Right.
So you got that first, right?
Okay. I asked you what what made you convinced. You right.
Okay. Then you got credibility. How many lies have
car coming out.
How many lies have been spurted from this vine? I thought I had some, but come to find out, I didn't. There is no lies.
So the second
there is no
one,
contradiction.
So the first one was the oldest book. The second one was what?
Credibility.
Credibility.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel like the Bible has plenty of credibility.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Show me a lie.
And that's
show me something that ain't been. Yeah. Show me something that ain't.
You saying you can't find an inconsistency? Therefore, okay.
No, you can't find no contradictions. All those books written thousands of years apart, all those little books from different parts of the world, and everything coincide with each other. Everything is in harmony with each other. They talked something about something in Mark that was took out of Mark. They had a big thing about that. See, the Bible been on trial since the United States became the United States. Because what happened was people started educating themselves and people started reading it for themselves. You feel what I'm saying? So when they start reading it for themselves, Bree, they start going to the big institutions. They start going to the big institutions like, hey, hold up. And I'm talking about like the Catholic Church, the Baptist Church, and throwing this stuff up in their face like, hey, y'all got us on this, that, and the other, but this say this. Like how's we, you supposed to be about this book, right? How's we doing the opposite of what the book telling us to do? And they kind of got sick of that shit. That shit was happening. Just think of time before television, where when a motherfucker learned how to read, it was like learning about the internet. You know what I'm saying? And knowledge was right at your fingertip in the form of a book. Just think of it like that. You ain't got no big distractions like we got. We ain't got no football game being played or whatnot that's on TV or the video game. All you got is time. So they start examining this book. And they like, hold up, man. Bam! You start seeing the churches under attack now. You start seeing the churches under attack. And one of the main people that attacked the churches was the Bible students. Another one of the people that started attacking the churches is the Mormons. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the Mormons, let me tell you about the Mormons. The Mormons' main objective is to break you down, to believe in Christ, right? And then once they got you, then here come their doctrine. It's called the book, The Greater Day of Latter-day Saints. You understand what I'm saying? And their doctrine is what they said was written. Christ wrote it after he died. Something like that, right? Now, this book contrasts with what the Bible has in it. Or should I say what Christ preached. It contrasts it. Bam, bam, off bail. And when you look at the faith, you can see why it purposely contrasts. These people the root, the foundation of Mormonism is racism. They just recently started allowing people with dark skin to participate in certain rituals and things of that nature that they do. You understand what I'm saying?
But race ain't a thing, all right? Race, you don't.
If somebody make it a thing, yeah.
But you said that it really ain't a thing.
If somebody listen, if it comes out of your mouth, it's a thing. It wasn't a thing before you said it, or before you made the action. But after it happens, it's a thing.
Because I remember you said something about you're not big on race or something.
No, I don't believe in racism, period. I'm speaking on Mormonism right now.
I know.
They believe in racism.
Right, okay. All right.
And they use that as a tool. Come on, man, you could have been made that turn. They used it as a tool for many, many years. And I didn't even know that. Because growing up, them white boys ain't have no hesitation in pulling up on us. You know what I'm saying? On them bikes. They pull up on you and have a conversation with you in a minute. So I never even knew that. But I found out through the years where they actually have decrees where you find out that they was basically racist because people of color wasn't allowed to do certain things. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it wasn't a secret. You know what I'm saying? It was only a secret to you if you didn't dig in and look for it. But it was a secret to me because I didn't know about it. I actually kind of, you get them boys ride through hoods on bikes, fearless. That kind of, get you to wondering, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, what type of power they working with? You know what I'm saying? Like through the most treacherous hoods. Like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't no every blue moon thing. You see these boys, you know what I'm saying? Then, see, one thing Satan do, man, he makes sure you know who he is. He makes sure you know who he is and where he at. If you know his language, if you know his movements. If you ignorant, it ain't your turn. It ain't your turn to know who he is. It ain't that time for you yet. But if you know him, you gonna recognize him. It's gonna be some form of hate, some form of deception, some form of trickery. You feel what I'm saying? He always leave his thumbprint on shit, man. Some form of something that ain't right. And you gonna smell it, you know what I'm saying? Scripture say he's like a roaring lion seeking to devour someone. So if you ain't aware of his moves, you know what I'm saying, he gonna get you. He gonna trick you. If you ain't aware of how he move, he got you. And you don't even know it. You like that motherfucking Impala sitting there drinking in the pond. Don't even see that motherfucking tiger right there, you know what I'm saying? Dip low in that motherfucking bush back there. You ain't paying no attention to that. And before he get the Impala can even make a move, that motherfucker grab hold to that neck and cut off that windpipe. Boom. That's it. That's it.
So you got the oldest book. You got no inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm.
The third one was
the second one was credibility. That's the same thing as
credibility.
Okay.
Third one was no inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you ain't got the 4 yet, right? Oh, is there a 4? Oh, is that pretty much
shit, it's man. You asked me why do undisputedly is the Bible the champion.
Right.
In my book.
Right.
It's a whole lot more than just that shit.
But what you told me was the most convincing.
Yeah, that's the stuff that stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And
I wish I could write that down.
oh shit, you gonna regurgitate that? You understand? Oh yeah. You go take that one out, man. Shit. That's 33 minutes right there. I'ma cut it short I'ma cut it off and do the thing with it when we get over Vic house. Vic already got his address and house and shit out there on the internet, so I ain't gotta worry about what they call doxing him and shit. Vic's doxed himself long ago. Let that motherfucker know, pull up, bitch. Pull up. I'm like, nigga, you see your goofy? I done called this nigga. You see your goofy ass and let your address be seen on that camera? He said, man, I don't give a fuck. And this before he had his legal gun. He said Joy had one though, his wife. Said she had one already. But this before he had his legal shit.
That's not the same chick that was with him.
No, this ain't Chanel.
Oh,
No.
the same.
Nope. You remember Chanel?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. She married that nigga.
Straight.
Yeah. Well, at least my last time seeing Chanel, they had one baby.
Dirty ass, man.
Yeah. See, the
Dirty.
YouTube streets don't know about that one. I ain't gonna put that out in the YouTube streets. I might even edit that part out.
Yeah. Take all that shit out. The whole block.
Yeah.
Man. Take that whole shit out.
You remember I wanted to beat that nigga ass, dog. I don't want to tear that boy ass up, man.
Funny looking at.
This nigga Vic, he cool. What I look like being more madder than him. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's real.
That's what I came to.
That's real.
And Vic did his part though. He said, bro, you can't blame that nigga. Don't force yourself on nobody.
Yeah,
Vic told me that shit. I was like, real shit, nigga.
Real shit. That's
Real shit, man. Big Show told me, man. When he told me that, I just looked at myself like, nigga, what you trying to prove?
Right.
That's his shit. Like, you go knee deep in his shit like that. And he alright.
Right.
You know, he was fucked up, but he knew right from wrong.
Right, he wasn't too fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Straight.
He knew right from wrong. Like,
Life
nigga,
goes on.
relax. Relax, big bro. So, what happened was, you know, I had mad love for Chanel. She felt like she need to make that switch. Hey, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna hear this part. Hey, I'm about to let y'all a little later, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the ride. Hopefully I can get a better picture on my way from here. But if not, peace. Be safe out there. And holler at your boy.
One.